We're going to focus on opening up and softening the upper back with lots of yummy twists in class today. I hope you enjoy. Start out seated. You can sit either in Sukhasana with the right foot in front of the left, or if it's comfortable for your hips and your knees, you can take your right foot, place it on your left hip for half lotus. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist to your right. Place your left hand on your right knee, your right hand behind you. Inhale for length. Exhale to twist. Inhale for length. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Final inhale. And stay for the exhale. Inhale back to center, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands forward. Keep your weight back in your hips. Keep your back nice and long. Come as low as you are comfortable going this early in your practice. Slow and steady inhale. Full, complete exhale. Walk your hands back in. Place your hands behind you. Lean your weight back. Release your right foot and your left foot long. And then switch. Left foot in front. Or again, if it's comfortable, you can take your left foot and place it on your right hip for half lotus. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to your left. Right hand on your left knee, left hand behind. Inhale for length. Exhale to twist. Inhale for length. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Final inhale. And stay for a full, complete exhale. Inhale back to center, arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Keep your weight back in your sit bones. Come as low as you're comfortable coming, keeping your back nice and straight. One more inhale, and stay for the exhale. Place your hands flat and come forward into tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, stretch your right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread it underneath your left arm for thread the needle. Come down onto your right shoulder and the right side of your right cheek. Walk your left fingertips towards the top of your mat and slightly over towards the right. You can stay here, or if you want a little more, you can extend your left leg back behind you. Slow, controlled breaths. Bring your left leg back in if it's extended. Place your left hand where you can see it. Press into your left hand. Bring your right hand back under your shoulder. And inhale, stretch your left hand up to the sky. Exhale, thread your left hand underneath your right arm. Come onto your left shoulder and your left cheek. Walk your fingers towards the front of the mat and slightly over towards the left. Stay here, or for a little more, extend your right leg back. Breathe into your upper back. Feel the space that you're creating. If it's extended, bring your right leg back in. Place your right hand where you can see it. Press into your right hand. Bring your left hand back under your shoulder. Inhale, draw your tailbone up and the tips of your shoulder blades towards each other for cow belly. Exhale, reverse. Tuck your tailbone. Draw your shoulder blades apart for cat. Continue these cat-cows at your own pace with your own breath. At the end of this exhale, find a neutral spine. To do that, draw your low ribs in and down, and the tips of your shoulder blades slightly towards each other. Then make sure the back of your neck is in line with the rest of your spine, and draw your chin slightly in towards your face, like you're trying to create a double chin. From here, keep everything engaged and extend your right leg straight back behind you. Keep your hips even and in line with one another. Don't sway through your lower back. Keep your low ribs drawing in and down. Walk your left fingertips forward and then lift your left arm. Your bicep is by your ear. You have a straight line going from the tips of your left fingers through to your right heel. Keep everything strong, steady, and stable. One more inhale, and stay for the exhale. Then bend your right knee, point your toes up towards the ceiling, engage your glutes to lift your leg a little bit higher. Reach back with your left hand. Find the outside of your right foot. Once they've connected, press your foot into your hand. Continue to engage your right glute. Lift your leg up higher for tiger. Carefully release, no slingshotting. Come back to bird dog first. Left arm forward, right leg back, and place your hand and your knee down. Coming to the other side, make sure you've got that neutral engagement through your pelvis. Draw your low ribs in and down, the tips of your shoulder blades towards each other. Make sure your neck is still in line. Then extend your left leg straight back. Keep your hips even. Keep your lower belly and your low ribs engaged. Walk your right fingertips forward and then lift your right hand. Straight line from the tips of your right fingers through to your left foot. Don't let a sway come into your low back. Strong, steady, and stable. One more inhale and exhale. Then bend your left knee, point your toes up to the ceiling, engage your left glutes to lift your leg a little bit higher. Reach back with your right hand. Find the outside of your left foot. Press your foot into your hand. Continue engaging your glutes to lift your leg. Tiger. Carefully release. Come back to bird dog. Right arm forward. Left leg back. Strong engaged core. Place your right hand and your left knee down. Press into your hands and come back to your first downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal at your heels for a moment, alternating lifting and lowering. And then come to stillness. Press into the knuckles at the base of your fingers to lift your hips up and back. Then press your heels straight back and down. They don't need to go completely all the way down, and your legs don't need to be completely straight. You can keep your knees bent, whatever your body needs. Wrap your triceps underneath you towards your ears and make sure you still have that nice long line through your neck, keeping your neck as part of your spine. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward, and then carefully walk your feet between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, long, flat back. Exhale, soft bend to your knees, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Draw your big toes to touch. Bend your knees. Lift your arms overhead. Utkatasana, chair pose. Weight back in your heels. Slightly tuck your tailbone under just to find a neutral spine. Engage your lower abs. Keep your back nice and strong and lifted upright. Nice big inhale for length. Exhale, open twist to the right, left arm in front, right arm behind. Inhale, back to center, stay in chair, arms go up. Exhale, twist to the left, right arm in front, left arm behind. Inhale, back to center, stay in chair, arms up. Exhale, twist again to the right. Stay in your twist. Lift your left heel and carefully step your left foot all the way back until you are in a revolved high lunge. You can shimmy your toes back a little bit if you need to. Right arm down, left arm up. Inhale for length. And exhale, lift your heart and your chest up and back. Carefully bring your left hand all the way down next to your right foot. Inhale, stretch your right arm up to the sky. Keep your hips parallel, even with the ground, as you open your chest to the right. Exhale, give yourself a big hug. Take your right arm, wrap it around towards your left shoulder. Inhale, open back up into your twist. Feel the twist through the upper back. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Again, inhale, open up into your twist. And exhale, give yourself a hug. Place your right hand on the outside of your right foot. Press into your hands, lift your right foot up and back, come into three-leg downward facing dog. Exhale, bring your right knee towards your left elbow. Inhale, back up, three-leg downward facing dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, back up. Last time, exhale, right knee to left elbow and hold. Come on to the inside of your left foot. Lift your left arm up and over your head and extend your right leg. You can keep it up or you can place it down on the ground for a fallen triangle. Bring your left hand back down, right knee in towards your nose, and step your right foot by your right hand. Inhale, rise up to a high lunge. Exhale, open twist to the right. Weight in your right foot. Begin to lean forward and carefully step your left foot to meet your right. Inhale, come to chair, arms up. Exhale, open twist to the left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Stay in your twist. Weight in your left foot. Lift your right heel up and carefully step your right foot all the way to the back of the mat until you're in a twisted high lunge. Right arm up, left arm back. Inhale for length. Exhale, lift your heart and your chest up and back. Carefully bring your right hand next to your left foot. Inhale, lift your left hand up to the sky. Keep your hips even parallel with the mat, twisting through the upper back. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Left arm wraps around towards right shoulder. Inhale, left arm up, twist. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Inhale, left arm up. Feel the twist through the upper back. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Then place your left hand on the outside of your left foot. Press into your hands, lift your left foot up and back. 3-leg downward facing dog. Exhale, bring your left knee to your right elbow. And inhale, your left leg back up to 3-leg downward facing dog. Inhale, left knee to right elbow. And back up. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, and hold. Turn onto the inside of your right foot. Lift your right hand up and over your head and extend your left leg. You can keep it up or place it on to the ground for a fallen triangle. Bring your right hand back down, left knee in towards your nose, and step your left foot by your left hand. Inhale, rise up to high lunge. Exhale, open twist to the left. Weight in your left foot, start to lean forward and carefully step your right foot next to the left. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms up. Exhale, soft bend to your knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back and lower all the way to the mat. Untuck your toes, tuck your tailbone under, and lift up into a baby cobra. Lower back down, press into your hands, push back to downward facing dog. Take just a couple of deep breaths in your downward facing dog. At the end of your exhale, walk, step, or jump to the front of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing, arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Bring your big toes together. Bend your knees, sit down into Utkatasana chair pose. Keep your hands at heart center. Weight back in your heels. Neutral pelvis, so tuck your tailbone just a little bit and keep your back muscles nice and engaged so you're nice and upright. Nice big inhale before we then exhale and twist to the right. Hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Inhale back to center, arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow on the outside of left knee. Inhale back to center, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee and hold. Make sure you're not collapsing down. Your nose should be over the middle of your feet. Twist through your upper back. Look at your knees. If your left knee is in front, bring your left hip back slightly so your knees are in line. Stay in your twist, weight in your right foot. Lift your left and carefully step your left foot back so you're in a revolved crescent lunge. You can stay with your hands in prayer, or if you want, you can spread your wings, left hand down, right hand up. Whatever you're doing, engage your legs, draw them towards each other, front to back and side to side. Press firmly through the big toe of your left foot, straighten that left knee, and keep your hips nice and parallel to the mat as you open your chest to the right. Inhale, stand up, pivot your left foot down, and open up into a warrior two. Inhale, right arm up, come into reverse warrior. Pivot your right toes in and find your way forward folding, wide leg forward fold, facing the left side of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands back to the front of the mat. Turn your feet forward and step your left foot forward to meet your right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, right back into Utkatasana chair pose. Bend your knees, hands in prayer. Exhale, twist to your left. Right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, back to center. One more time, exhale, twist to your left, and stay. Again, make sure you're not collapsing down towards your left. Your nose over the middle of your feet. Chest opening towards the left. Look down at your knees. If the right knee is in front, pull your hip back slightly. Weight in your left foot. Lift your right foot up and carefully step your right foot back until you're in a revolved crescent lunge. You can stay with your hands at heart center in prayer, or spread your wings, right hand down, left hand up towards the ceiling. Keep your hips parallel to the mat, square to the mat. Press into your right big toe to straighten your right leg, and squeeze your legs towards each other, front to back and side to side, as you open your chest to the left. Rise on up, pivoting your right heel down to find your way into warrior two. Inhale, left arm up and back, reverse warrior. Pivot your left toes in and come on down into a wide leg forward fold, now facing the right side of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. And this time, step your left foot back to meet your right in high plank. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Stay here for a couple of deep breaths. Inhale, step your right foot by your right hand. Lift your right hand forward out in front of you like we did in bird dog. Your bicep is in line with your ear. Exhale, lift your arm up and over towards the back and come to the outside of your right foot and the outside of your left foot. Come back forward, right arm forward. And again, exhale, rainbow your right hand up and to the back as you open to the outside of both feet. Once again, come forward. And final time, right arm up and to the back. Bring your right arm forward. Place it on the outside of your right foot. Bring your left knee down. And walk your hands back as you straighten your right leg and come up onto your right heel for half split. Inhale for length. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Keep your back nice and straight. You can softly bend your right knee as well. Inhale, come back up. Make sure your left hand is under your left shoulder and open your right hand up to the sky. Keep squaring your hips. Twist through your upper back. Exhale, bring your right hand back down. Once again, find some length and fold one more time into your Ardha Hanumanasana. Walk your hands back forward. Place your right hand on the inside of your right foot. Lift your left knee. Pivot your left heel down. And lift your left arm to the sky. Come into side angle from the ground up. From here, rebend your left knee, pivoting your toes down. And windmill your hands starting with the left. Left hand windmills down and back forward. Right hand comes up and back until it's towards your left thigh. And you're in a revolved low lunge. Then reverse. Windmill your hands forward, leading with the left hand. Right hand comes the inside of your right foot. Lift your left knee, pivot your foot, and find side angle. Let's see if we can do that again. Come back onto your left toes, lower your knee. Windmill your arms, starting with the left. Right arm comes back by your left thigh. Revolved, reverse, low lunge. Then windmill your arms forward, left hand first. Right arm to the inside of your right foot. Straighten your left leg. Pivot your left foot down. Parsvakonasana, side angle. One more time. Come onto your left toes. Bend your left knee. Windmill your arms. Find that revolved reverse low lunge. And then from here, just bring your hands back down to frame your right foot. Step your right foot back to meet the left and lower all the way down to the mat. Bring your forearms out in front of you, elbows under shoulders or slightly in front. Bend your right knee, engage your right glute to slightly lift your leg. Then reach back with your left hand and see if you can find the outside of your right foot. This is similar to tiger from the beginning of our flow. Engage your right glute, lift your leg. It won't come up probably very far. Press your foot into your hand. A little bit of a twisted half bow. Then carefully release. No slingshotting. Bring the left forearm back down, and let's do the other side. Bend your left knee, engage your glute. Reach back with your right arm, find the outside of your left foot. Squeeze your glute to lift your leg just a little. Press your foot into your hand. A twisted half bow. And carefully release. Bring your hands under your shoulders and press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot by your left hand. Stretch your left hand long in front of you so your bicep is by your left ear. Exhale, rainbow your left hand up into the back. Come to the outside of both feet. Inhale, onto your toes. Bring your arm back forward. Exhale, arm up and back, outside of both feet. Inhale, bring your arm back forward onto your toes. Last time, exhale, lift your arm up and back. And inhale, bring it forward. Place it on the outside of your left foot. Lower your right knee down. Walk your hands back. Straighten your left leg. Come up onto your left heel. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Inhale for length. Exhale to fold. You can softly bend your left knee. Keep your back nice and straight. Fold from your hips. And come back up. Make sure your right hand is under your right shoulder and stretch your left fingers up to the sky. Square your hips. Right hip back, left hip forward, and twist from your upper back. Bring your left hand back down. Inhale for length. And one more time, exhale to fold in your half split. Walk your hands forward, rebend your left knee. Place your left hand on the inside of your left foot. Pivot your right heel down and find your way into side angle. From side angle, come back onto your right toes, lower your right knee. Lead this time with your right hand. Back, your left hand comes up and back until it finds your right thigh and your right arm is up towards the sky. A revolved low lunge. Then reverse. Right hand leads the way until your left hand is by your left foot and you can lift your right knee back into side angle. Let's try that again. Come up onto your right toes, lower your right knee, windmill your arms, leading with the right. A revolved, reverse, low lunge. Now lead with the right, windmill your arms forward, left hand touches the ground, right knee lifts. Parshvakonasana, side angle. Last time, right toes, right knee down. Lead with the right hand, windmill your arms. Find that low lunge twist. Then just bring both hands to frame your left foot. Step your left foot back to meet your right and lower all the way down onto your belly. Bring your forearms out in front of you. One more time with our twisted half bow. Bend your right knee, reach back with your left hand, find the outside of your right foot. Engage your glute to help lift your leg. Press your foot into your hand. Then carefully release and do the other side. Bend your left knee, reach back with your right hand, engage your glute. Press your foot into your hand. And carefully release. Hands under shoulders. Press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step or hop to seated. Bring your legs out in front of you, lift them up. You can keep them bent for boat, or you can straighten them. Inhale, arms up by your ears. Exhale, open twist to your right. Left arm forward, right arm back. Try and keep your back nice and straight. Don't round through your low back. Then carefully lower your legs. Keep your left leg straight and bring your right foot close to you. Take hold of your right foot. Be careful that you're not yanking at your knee. Open from the hip and bring the right foot close towards your chest. However it's comfortable for you to hold on. Maybe you want to wrap your hands underneath. Maybe you just kind of want to hold on to the knee and the foot. Or maybe you can put the foot into the inner elbow of your left arm and cradle your foot. Again, don't yank, don't pull at your knee. Move from the hip, adjust underneath you if you need to. And then pull your chest towards your leg. Don't round through the low back. Don't let your tailbone tuck under. Engage through the core. Bring your chest towards your shin. And also pay attention to your left leg. Is it flopping out to the left? Make sure that that's staying nice and engaged as well. Then release your foot and take hold of it so that you've got your left hand around it and your right hand cupping your heel. Bring your knee back behind your shoulder and put your leg around your shoulder like you're putting on the strap of a backpack. You may need to lift your hip up to do this, but then once you got it on, try and lower your hip back to the ground. Right fingertips can go out to the side. From here, straighten your right leg as much as you're able to for compass pose. If you are not able to fully straighten your leg, that's okay. If you'd like to use a strap, that's also okay. Do whatever your body needs for you today. Then carefully rebend. Bring your right shoulder out from your knee and cross your right foot over your left leg. Inhale for length. Hug your right leg with your left arm. And exhale to twist. Half floor to the fishes. One more time. Inhale for length. And exhale to twist. And then release and do a little counter twist towards your left. Then come back to center. Uncross that right foot and revisit Navasana, boat pose. Knees can be bent or straight. Arms up by your ears. And then exhale, open twist to the left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Carefully lower your legs. Right leg straight. Left foot comes in towards you. Hold on to your foot and your knee. And cradle your baby in whatever way works best for you. Remember to keep your core engaged, your back muscles strong. Sit up nice and tall. Don't let your tailbone tuck under and round through your low back. Chest towards your shin. You can even rock your baby from side to side if you want to a little bit. Then you can release your shin, hold on to your foot and your heel. Bring your left knee behind your left shoulder and carefully put on that backpack strap again. Lower your left hip back down if you can. Left fingertips can go out to the side and straighten your leg as much as you're comfortable with today. Maybe that's not at all. Maybe that's all the way. Either way, it doesn't matter. Whatever you need to do is the right thing to do. Rebend your left knee. Bring your left shoulder out from your left knee and cross your left foot over your right thigh. Inhale for length and hug your left leg with your right arm. Exhale to twist. Inhale for length. Exhale, twist. And then inhale, release, and do a counter twist over to your right. Then come back to center. Cross your shins, place your hands down. You can either meet in downward facing dog, or maybe you want to rinse it out with a vinyasa. Take a couple of breaths in downward facing dog. Remember to lift your hips up and back. Find length through your torso. Inhale, bend your knees and step just to the middle of your mat. Feet hip distance apart. Take your pointer and middle fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your elbows out to the side and fold, Padangusthasana. Weight comes forward into your toes. Lift your hips up nice and high. It's like you're trying to scratch the top of your head with your toes. Softly bend your knees. Keep holding on around your right toe, but take your left hand and put it on your left hip. Then press into your left foot. Slowly stand up, bringing your right foot with you. As much as you are able today, straighten your right leg out in front of you. The leg does not need to go perfectly straight. Engage your left glute. Don't let your hip pop out to the left. And engage your right glute. Don't lift your right hip up super high. Open your right leg out to the side. Keep your eyes focused on one unmoving spot in front of you to help with your balance. And then bring your right foot back in front of you. You can keep your leg straight or you can bend it if you'd prefer. Try to let go and lift your right arm by your ear, and then reach your left arm forward and find your foot or your calf or your knee. Open your right arm behind you for a revolved hand to big toe. Look back forward. Lift both arms up by your ears. Bend your right knee. Bring your leg behind you. Engage your glute like you're doing dancer pose, only instead of reaching back with your right hand for your right foot, see if you can find the outside of your right foot with your left hand. We did this in our tiger. We did this in our half bow. Engage your glute. Press your foot into your hand. Twisted dancer pose. Then carefully release. Place your right foot down. Arms reach up high overhead. Nice big inhale. And then slowly bend your knees and come down into a squat. Place your hands shoulder distance apart in front of you and turn so your knees are pointing to the left. We're going to work into side crow. You can either place your knee and your hip onto both elbows. It's going to be a little bit more stable but requires a deeper twist. Or you can take your left elbow and place it more towards the middle of your right thigh and offset your hands slightly. That is less of a twist but a little bit more of a balance challenge. From here, lift your hips up, lean forward. You can just stay like this or lean forward, lean forward, lean forward until your feet come up. You can stay like this in your side crow, or if you want, you can extend your left leg back behind you and your right leg forward. Ekapada Kundanyasana 1. Then bring your legs back together. Find your squat. Point your toes back forward. And lift your hips. Hold on again around your big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, Panagustasana. Elbows open to the side, shoulder blades draw towards your hips. Keep gripping around your left big toe. Take your right hand, place it on your right hip. Softly bend your knees and slowly stand on your right leg. Bring your left leg with you. Extend your left leg long, as straight as you want today. Engage your right glute so your hip isn't popping out to the right. Engage your left glute so your hip isn't hiked up super high. Then open up your left leg to the side. Again, gazing at that one unmoving spot. And bring your left foot back in front of you. Keep your legs straight or bend your knee. Lift your left hand up by your ear. Keep your leg where it's at and then hold on with your right hand. Open your left arm out behind you for a revolved hand to big toe. Look back forward. Both arms up by your ears. Bend your left knee. Bring your leg back behind you. Engage your glute. We're doing our twisted dancer again, so it's not your left hand, but your right hand that's looking for your foot. Once you find it, engage that left glute to lift the leg and press your foot into your hand. And then carefully release. Place your left foot down. Reach both arms up. Nice big inhale. And then bend your knees and come into a squat. Turn your knees so they're pointing to the right side of your mat. Again, for your side crow options, you can place your knee and your hip onto your elbows, deeper twist, or you can take your right elbow more towards the middle of your left thigh, offset your hands a little bit, less of a twist, a little bit more of a balance challenge. From here, lift your hips a little bit, lean forward, and you can stay here. Option 1. Option 2, keep leaning forward until your feet come up. Squeeze your feet towards your butt, point your toes up. Option 2, side curl. Option 3, extend your right leg back, your left leg forward. Ekapada Kundanyasana 1. Then bring your knees back together and find a yogi squat malasana. Feet wider towards the edges of your mat, toes turned out. Bring your hands to heart center. Use your elbows to help keep your knees nice and wide. If you'd like, you can place your hands behind you for a little bit of assistance. Otherwise, just sit down onto your butt and stretch your legs out wide. Take your right hand, place it underneath your left thigh. Take your left hand up by your ear and side bend to the right. You can go only as deep as you need to today. That may be just a little bit of a side bend, or potentially you'll reach all the way around and hold on to the outside of your right foot. If you do hold on to your foot, make sure that your chest isn't spiraling down, but instead lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Then carefully come back up. Release your right hand and place your left hand under your right thigh. Right arm up by your ear. Side bend to the left. However deep your body wants to go today. If you hold on to the outside of your foot, spiral your chest and your gaze up to the ceiling. Revolved head to knee. Then come back up to seated. Bring your legs together out in front of you. If you're not, bring your hips to the middle of the mat and then slowly roll down onto your back. Bring your knees up so they're directly over your hips. Place your arms out to both sides like a T. And take your knees, lower them as one knee over all the way down towards your left. A nice supine twist. Just let gravity do all the work here in this twist. Bring your knees back to center and carefully lower them all the way over to the right. Bring your knees back to center. Open your legs a little wider. Bring your feet so they're pointing up towards the ceiling and draw your knees down towards the outside of your chest. Hold on around your shins, your ankles, your big toes, or the outside of your feet for happy baby. As you draw your knees down, at the same time, draw your sacrum, that triangular spot just above your tailbone, also down onto the mat. And if you want to rock from side to side a little bit, or maybe you want to alternate extending one leg at a time, maybe you want to extend both legs at the same time. Whatever you need to do today, this is our last pose before Shavasana. Take one more nice big inhale. And stay for a full, complete exhale. Then release your feet and let your feet go long to the edges of your mat. Let your toes flop out to the side. Place your hands by your hips, palms facing up. Make sure your shoulders are in a nice, comfortable position. Close your eyes and just breathe and just be. Let go of any tension that you may be feeling. Relax the clenching of your jaw. Relax the gripping of your fingers. Let go of any anxieties or worries that may be holding you down. Acknowledge them and let them melt away so that you can melt into your mat. I invite you to stay here for as long as you'd like, for as long as you're able. If you're ready to move on with me, begin to bring some life back into your fingers and your toes. Stretch your legs long, stretch your arms long overhead. Nice big inhale. Then exhale, roll over onto one side. Carefully bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Thank you for practicing with me today.